side. Yellow flags like warning signs, but I ain't falling for their lines. Got nerves of steel, a shaky hand. This ain't a game, it's fight or land. Saw that 18 catch the wall, 21 spun, took out them all. But somehow I found the lane, like Moses through that fire and rain. Yeah, I thread the needle, dodge the flame. Every pileup calling my name. Wrecks behind me, wrecks ahead, but I ain't wrecked, I ain't dead. Sliding sideways, holding tight, praying hard through every fight. Got no wins, but I got pride. Made it through the other side. No checkered flag, no champagne rain, but I kept it clean through the carnage and pain. One more lap, one more breath, a dance with danger, a race with death. Still I thread the needle, feel the flame. Every turn's a twist of fate's game. Wrecks behind me, wrecks ahead, but I ain't wrecked, I ain't dead. Sliding sideways, holding tight, out of chaos into light. No first place, but man, I ride with fire still burning inside. Yeah, I thread the needle in this wild racing ride. Strapped in tight, green lights flashing, rubbers burning, hearts are clashing, tires screaming that southern heat. 200 strong on the NASCAR beat. Lap 5 wreck on turn 4. Smoke so thick can't see the door. But somehow I slipped.
All right, so here we go, folks. We are back. Texas Motor Speedway. We're going to bring you some fantastic truck action right here. And we are a free time racing. John, really happy to be back in the booth with you tonight with my good and longtime friend, Russ. Russ, great to be back tonight to look at some truck action here with FTR.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it tonight. I mean, you know, we're in Texas here. It's a nice wide track. With these trucks, these guys can really get up on it and put on some good racing tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And speaking of racing, we talked a little bit. I'm going to turn that intro song down just a little bit so that you can hear us. We certainly appreciate everybody joining us. Make sure that you shout out the driver that you're going to root for tonight. But Russ, when you were talking about, racing and some head-to-head action, we got to bring up our in-season tournament that we've got going on right now, because this is the finale tonight. And we'll see if we can move that right over. Right now, you've got Phelps and Johns that are going to go at it here for this in-season tournament. As you can see that bracket, and essentially what happened, folks, is every single week they had a bracket race where you were pitted up against another driver. You finished in front of them. You moved on to that next round. Right now for your championship, you got Phelps and Johns. We'll keep an eye out for that. But not only that one, but you've got Lambert and then Robert, our owner here of the league, are going to battle it out for the third position.
You got like a battle within a battle. I mean, everybody talks about points racing, but this season here, man, there's going to be a mid-season kind of a champion going on, and either Joseph Phelps or Tim Johns, one of these guys is going to walk away with a little extra money tonight too.
Yeah, absolutely. So now we got the in-season tournament. let's talk about what the overall points are going to look like. Now, Lambert, we saw him. He's already got 4 wins on the season. He had a great run last week. I haven't went back and watched the entire race there. Great call at Darlington. We appreciate Christian Delgado for stepping in with us there, Russ. But already 4 wins on the season. We've got Chris Melton. You and I called that win for him 2 weeks ago, and you got Scott Leonard picking up that win. So all of those drivers already locked in. But you can see we've got 12 drivers above the cut line, and Ziegler really right there, only 14 points ahead of Gardner there for that cutoff line. But you've got Morrison that's only a point behind. So that cutoff line is going to be extremely tight as we come down the stretch here.
Like you said, it's a 14-point spread between 12th and 13th right now, and there's still plenty of time for for any of these guys to win their way in or even points their way into the into the playoffs. And even the top 10, I mean, aren't safe really. 20 plus 20 over the cut line for 10th. I mean, plus 40 for top 5. So I mean, really, it's still anybody's season, and it's going to get interesting the closer we get through this season.
Man, I can't agree with you more, as you just never know what is going to happen here at FTR. We're going to find out tonight who is going to tame this track here at Texas. We're going to go on board with them, but I think, Russ, you had a little bit of a conversation with some of these drivers earlier on, and they told you we are going to have a very short, tight fuel window here tonight.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy to hear. I mean, this is a 100-lap race, and from what I'm understanding, these guys have only got about 18 to possibly 20 laps of fuel in a fuel run. So, I mean, we're looking at five stops, with fuel savings. So, fuel strategy could very well play a factor in this race tonight.
Yeah, and I believe it is going to. We'll talk about that all the way throughout the night. But you can see here at Texas Motor Speedway, a 1.5 mile track, 1.46. We'll call it a 1.5 miles. 69 degrees track temperature. That's going to fall throughout the night. We'll keep an eye on that. 68 degrees outside as the sun starts to set. Russ, I got to think that is going to put a ton of traction into this track. With these trucks, it's going to be paramount how they handle the draft, how they manage being out front or being behind another driver, watching the pushiness of these trucks, getting on and off pit road nice and safe, and then managing those very few tire sets that they have tonight.
Yeah. You said it's a cooler track temp, which means more grip in the track, more grip in the tires. These guys are going to feel really comfortable, but these trucks are going to get a little tighter as these runs go on. It's a multi-groove track, so it's about finding where you can save the most tire. Generally here, I think it's more along the bottom. You run around the bottom here, save a little bit of tire, but man, this track for these trucks, you can get 3 and 4 wide even. So going to be really interesting to see how this plays out, how these guys pull some pit strategy. I mean, do you possibly take 2 tire? Do you go 4 tire? With all these fuel stops these guys are going to have to make, definitely could throw a curveball in there.
Yeah, and you brought up a really good point on the tires, because those right sides, if you go right sides only, Russ, it's going to loosen that truck up a bit. You might see some people gamble, especially really if you're sitting from 6th on back. So if you're not in the top 5, you might want to do, if you're 1 through 5, do what the leader does, or 2 through 5, follow the leader. If they're doing 4, you do 4, but 6th on back, if you want to fight for some track position, I have seen a lot of drivers on a lot of nights pull out some fantastic wins by just simply maybe taking 2, getting some track position. That will loosen that truck up. Not certain how that's going to drive, but they've been all out here practicing that in this practice session the days before tonight to bring them here on Labor Day to Texas Motor Speedway. Russ, what more can you say?
It's always fun coming to Texas. This is one track that I kind of like to run. It puts the driver behind the wheel. I mean, like I said, there's multiple grooves, multiple places that you could run. So, and here with these trucks, like you said, the draft comes into play. You've got dirty air. Put that truck where others aren't, and see what happens.
Yeah, that is a good point. So as you look down the schedule and the things that we have to do, I think tonight it's really going to be the 2 drivers that are going to fight for that in-season championship. That's going to be Johns. It looks like right now he's sitting about 24th on the grid right now, and Phelps at 8th. So right now it is just which driver finishes in front of the other driver. Now you also have Lambert, and then you've got Robert. They're going to fight it out for third. Lambert is going to take your outside position here at Texas. It's that time, Russ. We've talked about the drivers. We talked about schedules, the in-season tournament. All of that stuff is done. It's time for you, my friend, to pick a winner for tonight.
We've only just begun with this league, and we don't really know these drivers quite as well as we know some others. But I mean, how can you go against the guy who's won the most races so far this season? I mean, he may be out of the in-season play for the first or second, but man, I'm kind of looking at Josh Lambert tonight. I mean, he's currently sitting P2 and at number 90, and we know he's always strong. So I'm going to go with Josh Lambert here tonight. Picks up win number 5.
All right. Well, we have some more picks other than that 90, Russ. Out there in chat, Alyssa is saying Logston is their pick. Let's see. Where is 5th? Going to start 5th in that 19 machine. Mrs. Ally Racing saying 48 and 458. So it looks like we've got Jacob. Where is the 458 going to start tonight? I'll see if we can go down. I don't see the 458 on the grid tonight. We might pick. Oh, there he is in 15th. Okay. So you've got 6th and you got 15th out there. And then you've got Robert saying that he's pulling for that old 87 tonight. But I got to tell you, if I'm thinking about where we're going to go here, man, I don't know. I feel like Leroy in that 161, we haven't talked about him a lot, but he finished second last week at Darlington. He's a newcomer to the league. Man, I know Leroy personally. He's been on the Adrenaline Racing team. I know Adrenaline Racing team. I'm there with those drivers, as you are, Russ. I just feel like he's due it. He had a great run last week. He's sitting right here in 4th. You picked Lambert. That would probably be my pick. But, man, I'm going to go outside of the line and say maybe Leroy Koblenz right there, because I would just love to talk to him as a winner here on this track.
That pick, I mean, Leroy's been running really good, especially in these trucks. I mean, he runs a couple nights a week. He runs a couple of these truck series, and he's usually pretty strong in everything. So that might not be a bad pick. Yeah, we know Leroy pretty well, and he's definitely come on really strong here in the last couple. Like you said, second place last week, really fought a hard battle last week, and yeah, it'd be nice to see him pick up a victory here.
It really would, and that is just a pick, folks, where I just feel like I'd love to see that driver take home a victory. But we've got Selbig says, SFRG guys. Explain SFRG, because Ghost Killer is saying the same thing, SFRG and 88. So if we look at driver 88, who is 88 here on our field? That is going to be Juan Velez. What does SFRG stand for? Let us know out there in chat as we now have finished our qualifying. So let's go to our results here. We're going to see if we can pull this up here, Russ, because we are ready to go green, my friend. So right now on the pole, let's get all the way back to position 1. We might be able to get back to position 1. Maybe. It doesn't look like we're going to, so we're going to hide that. So we're going to have Brandon picking up your pole position. Josh Lambert's going to be right there in second. Wyatt Walker is going to be in third. Leroy Koblenz right there in 4th. Kane Logsden is going to be in 5th. We've got some Logsden fans out there in chat. Jacob is going to be in 6th. Landon Huff is in 7th. Joseph in 8th. 9th is going to be Matt Morrison. 10th is John Walker. Fowler is going to be in 11th. We got Gardner Sr. right there in 12th. Barry Aker in 13th. 14th is Rick. 15th at Bryant is in that 458. We got some fans there of the 458 machine. Juan Velez is going to be there in 16th. Clyde in 17th. Zach Tucker in 18th. Charlie in 19th. Robert is going to be in 20th. Remember, keep an eye on Robert. He is going to be there for that third position in your in-season tournament. Thomas Ridgway in 21st. Sean Pomeroy 22nd. Rudy in 23rd. Tim Johns in 24th. He is going for the win in your in-season tournament. Randy is going to be in 25th. Michael Ziegler in 26th. JJ Gisa in 27th. Chris Melton in 28th, and Dave Peterson is going to round out your field. There are going to be 29 truck drivers that are going to take this field tonight. So, Russ, we could not get our thing going here, so I thought I would just call out all of those drivers that we had out there on track. So,
got a nice sized field here tonight. 29 drivers going to take on this Texas Motor Speedway.
29 drivers. And it does look like down below is going to be Cowell. Brandon, is going to bring these drivers in. We got all kinds of chat going on. Alyssa saying Logston and Huff. Selbig says Stream Friends Racing Group is what SFRG stands for. And it is a racing team. So we'll make sure, Selbig, that we keep that up. Ghost is the 88. And then we've got Let's Go 458. Good luck from Robert for everybody out there. And Selbig says the 90, the 19, the 57, the 1, and the 88, all in that SFRG team.
Good to see the chat out there letting us know what drivers you're cheering for here tonight. These guys are coming out of turn 4, getting ready to take the green flag here, John.
Yeah, so here we go. We are got 100 laps. About 20 laps are going to be worth the fuel. That 85 truck is going to bring them down into this Geico resource zone, and green flag is on the field. So here we go, folks. Brandon is going to bring them down. Really good quality even start by both of these drivers here. The 85 is going to sell them down into turn 1. And it looks like he's going to take that over, getting down here in the backstretch. Not too quick as Josh Lambert going on the offensive down low here going into 3.
They're coming out of 2, coming down the backstretch. He's looking for the lead coming out of turn 4 here. Complete lap 1.
Yeah, Lambert is going to take that lead over now from Brandon. Brandon is going to tuck right in. We've got battles all over this track as we're going to try to keep an eye out for your drivers here up front. That 85 staying super close there to Josh. Josh with a really good exit there on 2. That's what you want to do, but now we got a battle right back here. Caution out already. Barry shows that he has crashed, so we're going to let everything settle down for just a second, and we're going to go back and take a look here at Barry. See what happened.
See one car going through the infield. Not sure if that was him or not, but
yeah, let's go back and take a look here, Russ. So, yeah, it looks like over-rotated right there through the center of the turn. He's going to check up. Oh, big impact right there. Oh, and another big impact with the 48. Another truck involved. Man, it looks like the 458. We got some fans of the 458 out there in chat. Oh, my
really
goodness.
Big hits there, John.
Yeah, so that, Russ, that picked up JJ, Rudy, Bryant, and Michael Ziegler. All are going to be picked up in that crash.
And the one thing to note here with these guys is they don't have any fast repairs, John. So, man, taking that much damage early on is going to really hurt some of these guys for the rest of this race.
Man, it is. And you know what that tells you, Russ, is you think that with the track temperatures, you think that these trucks are going to have a ton of grip, but they don't. And you can see just a little over rotation. And Russ, we've talked about it 100 times on these broadcasts. You know, with this new tire model, you really have to be careful when trying to get these tires up to temp. You really have that, like if you're underneath of somebody, you have that desire to push as hard as you can to get past them and make those passes. But sometimes it's a little bit better just to settle in. See if you can get that temperature up in those tires. Then you can start pushing. Now we see the 48 down. He was involved in that. The 88 is down on pit road. Ziegler's still there. So all of these drivers here still stuck on pit road. They are trying to get some form of damage fixed on these trucks before they take them back out.
Yeah, you know, sometimes that lower track temp kind of gives you a little bit of a false sense of security out there when you're taking off, and starting these races. But like you said, with this newer tire model, you still got to give these tires a good 5, 7, maybe even 10 laps to really come in before you can really try to push it through these corners. And that was just a prime example of just kind of going a little too hard, a little too early.
Yeah, Ally Racing saying that the 48 has 4 minutes of damage. Well, I will tell you, this is a very, very early race. And, Texas is one of those things. I saw a couple of those next-gen races at Texas a bit earlier this week, and it just seemed like you have a little touch to the wall, and all of a sudden you have wheel damage. And so the damage model, a little crazy, as now the lights are going to go out from that pace car. We're going to go back green next lap. But it's just the little bit more damage here, Russ, than it seems like has been in previous series or previous weeks, and really hurting those drivers. So 4 minutes of damage there for that 48 truck. Man, you just got to think maybe just lip it around in the back until you can get all that damage repaired.
I mean, I've seen multiple times where, ever since this new tire model's come out, this new damage model, a lot of guys have been complaining because, just the slightest bit of contact can give you wheel damage, can give you, a bent toe link or something like that really significantly hurts your truck. So, I mean, it's just something else you got to keep in mind early on in these races. Kind of settle in and leave that kind of stuff towards the end of the race, I think.
Yeah, I really think you're right. And then, of course, just, getting loose, it's part of it. You never want to see it, but here we go. Now, we're going to come back green. Josh Lambert able to wrestle that lead away from Brandon early on in this race. And then you've got Logston right there, Walker's there, Koblenz right there in fifth. I'm sorry, Huff is in sixth, and Morrison there in seventh. So here we go, and we're going to take our drivers back green. We've got 5 laps in. And there you've got it. You can see that green flag in the air. We are in that Geico restart zone, and there we go. Green flag is in there. Josh Lambert with a really nice jump, and that is going to bring your other driver here. We are going to be side by side for second as Kane with a nice jump on that inside is going to be right on the inside of Brandon. Let's see how this goes here with the 85 and the 19.
Mine's got just a little bit more momentum, but the 19 is not giving up on the inside there coming into 3. It's a pretty good run through the center.
Man, they are going to get tied on the exit of 4. It looks like the 1985, they're going to be side by side. 85 trying to use a bit of draft there off of Lambert that's in front of him, but they are going to continue to go. And this is one of those things, Russ, where you're like, is the juice worth the squeeze right now? Am I burning tires trying to fight side by side? As you can see them now, battle for 5th position. Looking back, too, they are side by side, but that 19 continuing to push up a little bit on the entry there of 3.
Yeah, just going to have to be really careful. I mean, continuing to battle on the inside like that, especially, with that side draft, we mentioned it earlier with this new tire model. Again, something else you have to take into account is that side draft, and on that bottom side, it can suck you around very easily as we see him finally get clear of that 85 truck.
Yeah, Logston is going to get that pass done. Now we're going to go right back here and take a look. This 22 in a battle there with the 6. 6 of Morrison is going to get that pass done there going into 3. So he is going to slide up another position. Now, the big person falling back is going to be Koblenz. Already lost 4 positions. Koblenz right there in 8th. Your big winner so far is going to be Morrison in this 6 machine. He is up 4 positions right now.
Going back talking about Leroy, how he's fallen back. I mean, he could just very well be trying to tire save and fuel save right now. Try to get a little bit of an early edge on everybody else with that kind of stuff. I mean, we know Leroy, he doesn't really tend to overdrive his stuff very often, so it could just be a little bit of a strategy play here, trying to lay back just a little bit, save his stuff, and then try to make a run back up towards the end of this fuel run.
Yeah, the 6 car of Morrison, he is still on the hunt. Now he is underneath of Walker here. He's trying to get that past him. Maybe 3 wide going into 3. No, the 22 is going to back off a little bit, but we almost had some fireworks here. 10 laps in already. Now, it does look like the 6 of Morrison is going to get that pass done, so he's going to be up another spot. But, man, don't look now, Russ, but these drivers up front, these top three, you might as well throw a blanket over them. Now it looks like Logston is putting some pressure on the 90. Lambert really holding his line extremely well, but man, that draft just kicking in here, Russ.
Just Lambert not really able to drive away, even for that side-by-side battle there for P2, not able to really drive away, and now Logston is really just trying to hunt him down and try to make a pass on him. Great battle for the top three right now.
Yeah, over there on that tower, you can see where they're at. Just about a 1/10.5 is going to separate your 1 and 2 drivers. But before we go, right now we are 3 wide and barely making it through the 72, getting a little high. Listen, this wreck is not over with. Now they're going to start to sort things out. As the 71 of Robert, he is starting to move up. And that is Rick. Now, Rick is up 4 positions. He is in 10th now. Already in 10th, and looking at the back end of this 161 of Koblenz, as Koblenz continuing to fall backwards.
Just falling back a little bit here. Like I said, maybe just a little bit of a strategy call, trying to play it easy. But we got.
Oh, he's going to flip. He's not going to flip, Russ. He's going to stay right side up. The one machine. Zach Tucker, what a ride he took. Let's see if we can go back. We're going to go back the old-fashioned way. We have got to get on board with this driver.
I don't know how he kept that thing all 4 wheels down, but, man, I thought he was going over.
Oh, man, let's see if we can get a cockpit view. This is going to be insane. Let's see if we can play this in real time. I hope you folks are ready. He is going to turn sideways. We're going to keep it at a quarter speed. And here he goes. He is up. Look at, he's just holding on. He doesn't know really what. The truck is underneath of him. Oh, how did he keep that right side? He's going to spin down on the left side. My goodness. All right, let's see if we can go back.
Get much damage out of that at all.
I know.
He was able to keep it off the wall and hang on to it after coming back down on all 4s. I think he's going to be just fine, John.
About a lap before that, it looked like the 72 getting extremely close to another driver. Didn't quite get. Oh, what a miss and fantastic job by the driver that slid underneath of him. I didn't catch who that was, but you're right, Russ. Not a whole lot of damage on that car to be sideways and upside down.
Save here. I think he's going to be just fine. He's going to come down. He's going to get some tires, get some fuel, possibly a change of a fire suit there, and he'll be back out there battling for spots in no time. Yeah,
it does look like Lambert is going to beat these drivers off of the pit road here. So he is going to retain the lead. And, man, Kane is going to slide up 1 more position. Now, that's going to slide Brandon in that 85. He is going to be back 1 more spot. Great job by Logston. Huff is going to wind up coming out in 4th with Morrison right there in 5th. Now, Morrison was on the move early. Right now, he is up 4 positions. I will tell you who else is on the move, Russ. This Thomas Ridgway. Thomas Ridgway there in the 33 truck is up 10 spots from his qualifying position. So this driver choosing violence early, he is working his way to the front.
Up 10 spots already, 15 laps into this race. He's definitely working his way forward.
Yeah, nice little Dale Earnhardt paint scheme on that truck, too.
Yeah, doubling down, too, with that 33.
I know. Do you think it's really an Earnhardt, or could it be a little Skinner-esque, being in the trucks? I don't know.
Yeah, not really sure. Maybe it's a combination of both.
Maybe a combination of both. Now, Mrs. Allied there in the chat saying the 48 has 4 minutes of damage. This has got to help that 48 get some damage fixed. Let's see if we got anybody else on pit road. Matter of fact, we do, as it looks like Ziegler coming back down, trying to continue to get some damage fixed. Very interested to see how that 48 is doing. As these lights are going to go out here on the pace car. 16 laps already into this, Russ. I feel like we haven't really gotten into a good rhythm quite yet. I think that's coming.
Yeah, I mean, I think once these guys just decided to settle down for a little bit and just kind of log some laps, we'll get a really good long green flag run here, and they'll be able to really get a feel of what their trucks are going to do as this race progresses. We're going to transition from day to night, so these track conditions are going to change all throughout this race tonight.
Well, here we go. Josh Lambert is going to bring them down again. Your driver that has already won 4 races in this truck series is going to go for number 5 here. On his outside is going to be Logsdon. A fantastic run there by the 19, the 85 right behind. He has shown a ton of speed as well. So here we go. We're going to bring them down into that Geico restart zone. And Josh looks like he is wanting to go early, and early he did go. Oh, you can see a little bit of wiggle back there, about 3rd in the line there on the low line. 19 is going to tuck right in. The 22 is going to jump in front of the 85. So Huff right in front of Brandon. 1, 2, 3, 4, they get through. Now we've got a battle here for 5th, and that's going to be Wyatt and Morrison are going to pick up this battle.
Sign right there, those cold tires get a little bit of wheel spin on these restarts, and almost had a little bit of a stack up right there on that restart.
Oh, we got a driver in the wall, and that is going to make moves for everybody, and we're loose. Oh, and he's upside down. He is on his left side.
Man, a lot of these trucks going airborne tonight, John.
Man, that might be Robert right there. He is in a battle for 3rd for your in-season championship. Let's go back and take a look. Oh, it was just all kinds of movement here in the tri-oval. The 72, we call his name out again. He is going to get up there right into the wall. And, oh, they're already wrecking below him. That's the 54. That's the 87. Man, that is
John Fowler that went up on his side.
Fowler up on his side. Everybody's checking up underneath.
Ooh, hard hit by the 70 there, too, of the outside wall.
Oh, my goodness. Let's see if we can go back on the 54. That complete graphics truck. See what happened to him. Just out of nowhere turn. He just has nowhere to go.
Remember, as I said, this slide right here along the wall kind of takes me back to, I think it was the Xfinity, and he's gonna not quite tumble all the way over. Where can't remember who it was. He basically rolled the entire wall around a corner on his side like that.
Man, I will tell you, we have seen a couple of trucks get up in the air here tonight, Russ, and just roll over. Pretty interesting, as I don't know if I've seen, you see one of those, maybe 2 of those, but I just haven't seen so many so quick. And it does look like Lambert. Now, interesting thing is going to be they are open. We know that they run a lot less fuel in these trucks. I think of 45% fuel capacity here. So is anybody going to come down? Looks like the 19 already jumping down, saying he's going to go down. Let's see if there's a little fake out. Alyssa said Logsdon and Huff are the brothers of destruction. Well, I'll tell you, Logsdon is doing a fantastic job there in the 19 machine. The 22 is in 3rd. So a lot to cheer about right there in the Logsdon camp. Do we have any takers? We see some drivers there on the apron. I don't think there's been enough laps since the last time they've come down.
There are only 2 or 3 laps on fuel right now, so
yeah.
If you're in the back half of the field, it may not be a bad idea to top off, but if you're up front, I think you're staying out.
I agree, and you can see that right now. I don't think if we see now. It looks like Brian is going to be the first one. Charlie Stutzman is going to come down. Jacob is going to come down. Fowler, obviously, we saw him in the pits. I don't even know if Fowler had a ton of damage. You see a bit there on that right side, but when he got lifted up, I don't know if he really hit the wall. So he is still down pit road.
Probably got a little bit more damage than what the one truck did because he actually, he hit the wall head on. And before going over, that's what caused him to go over. So I'm sure he's got a little bit more damage than what the one did. But yeah, crazy ride for John Fowler.
Yeah, yeah, fireworks early on, folks. Now we are 21 laps in. We are going to go to green at 22. As you can see, those lights out there on that pace car. Third caution already tonight. So some fireworks as everybody's going to settle in. But I just believe, Russ, they're going to get this thing figured out. And again, like you said, I just haven't seen so many trucks catching air underneath of those things and lifting up that I have tonight. I believe it's been a long time since I've seen that.
Yeah, I mean these trucks, usually they don't get airborne quite as easily as what the next gens do. But to see two of them go airborne like that tonight so far is really surprising. But hey, man, it makes for a heck of a show.
Yes, it does. So here we go. Lambert is going to bring them down. Green flag is in the air. Nice jump by Lambert. Now that low line is going to continue to get good jumps. Now it looks like Logsdon is going to be able to slide right in the 22 right behind him. That's Huff. Brandon again getting hung out there on the outside. He's going to lose another position. You got Lambert, Logsdon, Huff, 1, 2, and 3, and now Huff all over the rear end there of the 19 truck.
6 or 7 are just kind of content to run single file. Now we see everybody else kind of filing in a single file. Like, yeah, let's turn some laps here, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening right now, Russ. Everybody wants to settle in, get some laps turned. Very interested to see if this 85 is going to battle back. But now we do have a battle right back here. Is now it looks like the 85 under attack here by Phelps. Phelps, that driver that you were looking for to carry that in-season championship, he is right there. But man, not to be outdone, that 19 and that 22 stalking this 90 truck.
Yeah, Lambert just not able to get away from these two. I mean, even the top. I mean, the whole top 5. You can throw the whole top 5 under a blanket, all single file right there.
Man, we have a mess back here. The 43 trying to get underneath as he is going to get the door shut on him by Phelps. Now the one, we saw him upside down earlier on, Russ. He is back underneath now, fighting for another position. Tucker now under the 43. Looks like he's going to get this passed on. So that Cell Big Team getting up there now into 8th. Now the crossover. We're going to go 3 wide here into 3. Oh, what a door slammer by the one.
Man, Tucker in that one truck, he may have been up on his side a little bit ago, but he is not afraid to get back behind the wheel of that thing and get up on it. He is moving.
Yeah, man. I mean, that was a aggressive door slam there on the 33. 33 probably had to burp the throttle just a little bit. Now the one is starting to push up. The 43 looking back underneath of him. Man, this is just a battle of runs back and forth.
And we're only 26 laps in. We're just past quarter of the way through this race. We still got 74 laps to go.
Now the 33 squarely underneath of the 43 truck.
Hell, that sucker in there.
Yeah, Ridgeway continuing to work his way up. He is up 11 positions. Zach Tucker a few spots above him. Now it looks like he had to back off. Now he's in defense mode. As Barry trying to work underneath of it. Man, this is just a gaggle of trucks right here fighting over the same position. Leroy Koblenz right there. The 71 truck is there.
Yeah, heck of a battle back here. Slicing and dicing, bobbing and weaving.
Bobbing and weaving. Now it looks like Leroy is going to try to work underneath of the 71. I don't believe he's going to be able to get that done. He's going to let off going into 3. That's going to slot him back into position as he continues to fall back. Now Leroy down 9 positions from where he was. But, man, this battle up front has not given way. The 90 still out front. Josh Lambert pacing this field. Logsdon right behind him.
Just trying to stay right in Lambert's draft and stick with him. I mean, again, just Lambert not able to drive away from these two.
Yeah, and while we have a moment, Russ, let's see if we can go on board with Mr. Lambert. I want to see what it is like to take a lap around this track in the driver's seat here. So we're going to go on board here with Lambert and see what that is all about. All right, so here we go. We're going to go into one. Lambert letting off, and you can see that truck really having difficulty sticking down to the bottom. He's going to throttle off nicely, not too long off of the throttle. 3 and 4, you're probably going to hear him just barely. No, he's not going to lift at all there, Russ. So going to continue to bring that thing around wide open through 3 and 4. And right back to 1 and 2. So that is what it is like to take a lap around in these trucks here at Texas Motor Speedway.
Only playing a factor through 1 and 2, but to be able to run it wide open through 3 and 4 like that, man, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, so they're hanging on, and that's what makes that draft so important here at the trucks now. They're starting to poke away from Huff there in third in that 22 truck. And that might be something that Loxton is wanting to do there in that 19 is stay on the back end of 90. There's no sense in fighting for this. You would rather this be a 2-truck battle here than you would want it to be a 3, 4, 5-truck battle. But not only that, it does look like maybe that 22 has fallen off pace a little bit. But Brandon in this 85 is working his way back forward. He was the outside pole sitter. Actually, he was the pole sitter, and now he's working his way back. He got shuffled back earlier on in some of these cautions, and it looks like he is looking to take over third as now we have a battle here for fifth.
Yeah, it looks like some of these guys, now that we've got a little bit of a green flag run going, they're really starting to find a rhythm, get into their groove, really kind of hitting their marks. And now we're really starting to see guys start working their way back up to the front. And you see that 85 right on the back bumper of the 22 there.
Yeah, he is all over the rear end of that truck. Let's see if we can hop on. Now he's going to try to make that move. So the 85 of Brandon, he is underneath of the 22 of Huff. Brandon's going to get that pass done. Huff is going to slowly just tuck right into line, but right behind him, you've got a battle here as Morrison and Wyatt are going after it.
Get the door slammed on him.
Man, it looks like, I don't know if he's going to be able to make that turn underneath. I think he's going to be able to do it. So, no, he's not. Now, the 22 starting to struggle. Man, the 85 really close onto the back end here of the 22. Man, the 22 has lost some right front. He is pushy, slowed that machine down. Now the 6 is right behind.
I really thought that Walker was going to get into the rear quarter panel of the 22 there. Really just kind of ran up on him really fast through the entry of the 3 there. And, man, I don't know how he didn't get into the quarter panel of that 22, but great job. And now we see the 6 trying to peek on the inside of the 4.
Yeah, and it looks like Walker should be in the 4. You can see him in the 85, but he should be in the 4. The 6, I believe, has a faster truck right now. He's got a lot better rotation there in the center of the turns, especially in 1 and 2. But look on the exit of 4. You see how that 4 machine is starting to push up. That's a lot of right front burn. The 6 has a ton of turn, and he is going to be right underneath of him right now. So the 6 machine of Morrison continuing to work his way forward. He's not able to get that done right now.
Line. Yeah, I was going to say, not able to get the run on corner exit to be able to hold off that outside run. But
yeah, is there a little bit of tire wear happening right now where, you've got that nice defensive line on that outside here at Texas, and these trucks are just pushing. Let's see if we can go on board here, Russ, with this 6 machine. And there he goes. He's going to be right underneath of the 4. All Oh, he's just barely going to touch the apron. That's going to send him up. He might be able to get this pass done. He does get that pass done. So now Morrison is going to be up into the 4th position. Back up Walker one more spot here.
Able to get that rotation through the center of the corner and get up underneath of him and get that pass done. Great job by Morrison there in the 6. Walker's not going away, though.
No, he's not. He's going to stick right there, but I will tell you who else isn't going away. And now we're going to come down pit road already. Man, we popped in here just at the right time, and look at the amount of trucks coming down pit lane. So this is the time we're going to go to this pit lane cam. And oh my goodness, we almost had a driver outside of that yellow cone. If they click outside of the yellow cone, that is going to give them a black flag. I do believe he was able to avoid that, but now all of these drivers coming down. Got another driver that it looks like he missed the entry and had to go forward just a little bit there, Russ.
Just a little shallow in the pit box. He had to come up just a little bit, but yeah, I was just going to get ready to say, I thought we were getting ready to close in on some green flag pit stops here. I was pretty sure we were closing in on about 18 or 20 laps since these guys were down last. So looks like everybody able to make it on, make it smooth, and get a good, clean green flag pit stop here.
Well, I will tell you, that is going to turn this over to Ziegler. Now, Ziegler had some damage. We saw him come in on that last pit stop and get a top off. 42 laps are already done in this race. So we're going to see how many more laps this 01 can hang on. And that's going to be it, is now he is going to come down pit road and try to get some service.
We've got a couple of drivers still staying out just a little bit longer, trying to really stretch this fuel run out. Like I said, 18 to 20 laps of a fuel run. We still have three stops to make for fuel before the end of this race. So still got a long way to go.
Yeah, it does look like Juan is going to try to come down this time. Yep, he is going to peel off, come down pit road. And that is going to turn this thing over to Lambert. And we're going to see how close Logsdon is going to be. But now he was right on the back bumper of that 90 truck earlier on. But it does look like now the 90 on and off pit road really well. And that's going to slide Logsdon back about a second off of him. But my goodness, man, Brandon is coming there in that 85 machine, starting on the pole position. Russ, it looks like he's had to claw his way back, but he has done that, and he is right here in the mix.
I know we've got these green flag runs coming in. You get into that rhythm. And even though we had this green flag pit stop, you're still kind of in your rhythm versus getting frustrated because cautions are coming out every couple of laps, or that keeps throwing you out. You're kind of getting in your rhythm, and now we're really starting to see that 85 driving his way back up to the front. But yeah, Lambert having a great pit stop, be able to put himself about a half a second in front of Logsdon, and start to check out because he's seeing that 85 turning some great laps out there and working his way up towards him.
Man, he is all over the back end of the 19 now. Let's see if we can go back and take a look. And he just turned purple. Brandon turning your fastest lap here on the track with a 29.4, and that is all in that draft. But, man, he is working the back end of the 19. Now, Russ, if you are the 85, you have a fast truck. Why not just tuck right in, try to push that 19 up. Don't fight. Don't try to get that 90 out in front of you even more. You just want to use that draft to pull in front of and back up to that 19. Now you've got a 3-truck battle here for the lead.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I mean, I know I've got the power and the speed to be able to get around them when the time comes, but right now we need to work together as 2 trucks and get that draft together and catch up to that 90, which it looks like they are starting to do.
Yeah, they are. Now only 3/10 is going to drop this. Now the 57 is going to sneak by the 6 there of Morrison. The 57 of Phelps working his way up. Now the 1 machine is right behind him. We saw Tucker, and we'll always remember that, as Tucker was up on his side earlier on in this race. Now he is trying to get past Morrison. And I'm not sure if that 6 machine is trying to save some tires. He worked his way forward a little bit earlier on, but after this green flag pit stop, seems like he's sliding back just a little.
Let it be a little conservation, but man, that one heck of a turnaround by him. I mean, obviously, one of the two trucks we saw get up on their sides tonight. Tucker obviously faring a little better than John Fowler did. Looks like Fowler, unfortunately, is retired from the race from his damage, but great comeback, great turnaround from Tucker in that one truck.
Yeah, it really has been for him. And just like you said, you would think that the 54 might have been able to rejoin this race, but he has not been able to do that. Now, it looks like that one has moved forward as now the 6 continuing to fall back a little bit. But I've got to think, Russ, this might be a tire saving strategy or maybe even a fuel saving strategy because this driver showed a lot of speed earlier on in this race.
Absolutely, like I said, I mean, this race could come down to fuel strategy and pit strategy. I mean, the limited number of laps that you get out of a fuel run here, it's not surprising at all, or wouldn't surprise me at all to see some guys, between this pit stop and the next one, really try to figure out a good fuel and tire saving conservation, try to make these things go just a little bit farther for that very last run of the race, where potentially they might be able to make it versus other guys are going to have to stop. So might see a lot of that play out here in the next 25, 30 laps or so.
Yeah, and it looks like a Complete Motorsports right there in the chat. Like, hey, John, it looked like, man, we saw 2 trucks get on their sides, and you were one of them. The one machine able to continue on. It looks like that ended your night. We hate to see that out there in chat, but man, it was a lot of fun to go back and watch. That would be one that you might want to clip a replay of because that would be a lot of fun to go back and look at. But man, as we say that, listen, this 19 machine is not going away. It looks like Josh, with 4 wins on the season, he's looking for his 5th. He's shown a ton of speed, Russ, but this 19 tonight seems like he's got something. The 85 pulled really close on him earlier on. The 19 now starting to sneak away a little bit and catch back up to this 90 truck.
I mean, the 19 showed really decent speed, all throughout this race, able to stick right with Lambert, and fight him for this lead. I mean, definitely not going away at all throughout this race. We see the 85 starting to come back into the picture too. I mean, it could just be Lambert trying to save his stuff a little bit and just kind of manage that gap. We know some guys that can do that really, really well. They're really strong, have really strong competitive trucks. It could really gap the field a little bit, but let's just save our stuff, manage this gap, and then, in the last 10 laps or so, when we know that we've got enough fuel and tire to make it to the end, then we can start to stretch it out. So it's going to be really interesting to see what's actually happening here.
Yeah, and it does look like Bryant was able to get by Gardner. Now that 458 is going to sneak up in front of this 43 machine. So that was a good battle there on the track. We were able to catch that, but now it looks like the closest battle is these top 3 trucks, as now the 85 pulling back to the back end of the 19 truck. Josh Lambert out there leading as he has done most of this night. I really think, Russ, he grabbed the lead early on in this race, and he has not looked back, but I can tell you he has a mirror full of the 85 and the 19 right now.
Yeah, he's kind of hoping that these guys start to really battle each other so he can stretch his gap out just a little bit, but man, the 19 cannot shake the 85, and the 90 can't shake either one of them, so got a great battle going on here for the top 3 right now.
56 laps in. We are not going to be too terribly far away from some more green flag stops, as it looks like we had some drama, some fireworks earlier on in this race. It's decided to slow down and calm itself down. Now we are out here turning some laps as the 90 navigating lap traffic. The 19 posing a threat here, but man, it just looks like Brandon, it looked like he backed off, Russ, about middle of the way through this run, and now he's starting to put some more pressure on that 19.
Yeah, and right here is really going to show who's got better control of their truck with working themselves through lap traffic. I mean, see the 85 have to tuck up behind that lap truck, to be able to get around them the right way, and lost a little bit of a distance to that 19. But you see Lambert, trying to make his way around, and 19 is just trying to follow in his footsteps right now.
Man, that draft is so strong here tonight. The 32 truck, he is now going a lap down. But I got to tell you, you would think that over time, and I think that's the benefit of having shorter fuel stints, is you can really abuse the tires and you don't lose a ton of time. It looks like Lambert has he is going to be a tough truck to beat tonight. But this 19 is also going to be a tough truck. That 85 is right there. They're all in the draft. They all have plenty of tire. They all have plenty of speed. And, man, I think this thing is going to come down to possibly, Russ, what happens in the pits is now you see a ton of smoke as they go through 3 and 4.
Yeah, not sure what happened there. I don't see anybody on the apron or anything like that. But, yeah, I mean, now the 19 is driving right back up to the bumper of the 90. So, I mean, definitely got some speed out of these top three. And, yeah, I mean, as they work their way around lap traffic, we're definitely going to be able to see who's got the better speed. And I thought the 90 was going to take the peak. There he goes now. Going to see who's got the better control, who's got better speed on their trucks right now. And like you said, these shorter pit windows, it really allows you to use your tires. I mean, you're not going to really burn that much up over the course of 18 or 20 laps. So, I mean, it could, you can go hard for 18, 20 laps and not really lose a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. It's now Morrison on the battle back. It looks like the 458 is going to get this pass done. So Brian is going to move up. Now the 6 of Morrison, man, I just thought, Russ, he showed a ton of speed earlier. Not certain what's happening here in this 6 truck as he continues to work his way backwards. Maybe just a bad set of tires, not really cooperating with that truck right now, but it looks like he is on the way back.
Yeah, it could just be fighting, a little bit of a tight condition or something really hurting him, but it looks like he's working his way back up.
Yeah, we start to see some drivers in that. Suck Tucker, Thomas Ridgway, and Bryant. They're all 3 going to be down pit road. And it looks like now our leaders, let's see if we can go on to pit lane with our leaders, as now all 3 of these drivers are going to come down pit road and get serviced on. So that's going to put them at least one more stop here, Russ.
Yeah, you figure lap 63, we're looking just over, right around lap 82, maybe for another one. So, I mean, yeah, it's definitely going to be one stop and possibly some fuel saving to be able to make it to the end of this one. Unless we get a green, white checker, then everybody's coming for fuel. They have to.
Well, I will tell you, Lambert, really great on and off of pit road. Now, that is going to give him about a 1.5 seconds over the 85, as now the 85 has jumped the 19 on and off of pit road. So now put the 85, what's going to cycle back around to your lead. But right now, Morrison is going to be your leader there in that 6 machine. And again, maybe just playing some fuel strategy. We'll have to see how this thing is going to play out, but he is currently your leader. Juan is going to be, now it looks like the 6 is going to come down for service. That again is going to turn that over to Juan, and Juan is going to come down for service. So once all that cycles back out, this is going to be your leader. The 85 second, Russ, this time jumping the 19 there on pit road.
Yeah, 85 had a great pit stop, able to jump that 19. Not sure if the 19 went with maybe a little bit of a different kind of a strategy than what the 85 did, but man, I was seeing a lot of smoke down there on pit road. This is not an easy pit road to get onto. I mean, you're carrying so much speed, and you got such a sharp angle coming off of turn 4 down onto pit road. I see a lot of guys locking them up, getting sideways. This is going to be interesting coming down to this last pit stop. I mean, it's going to be a money stop, and you're going to have to make sure you don't loop that thing coming down to pit road.
Yeah, it's a really good point, but man, that 90 truck has been able to do that with precision so far tonight. Now he's going to gain about a 1.3 second lead over that 85 truck. The 85 truck almost 9/10 of a second over Logston there in third. So even though these drivers come in 1, 2, and 3 nose to tail for that green flag pit stop, they're now going to come out separated by about a second and a half each. So really a couple of different strategies. Either the 85 is going to have to get aggressive, or the 90 just continues to do what he has been able to do and put on some fantastic results there on and off of pit road. So 1.6 seconds now from first to second, as now Josh Lambert is going to continue to extend that lead just a little bit. That last lap at a 30.85, it does look like Brandon at a 31.18 is about 2/10 a lap slower right now. So I'm not sure if that's tire savings or Josh has started to turn on some more speed here in this 90 truck, but he is getting things done right now. Your closest battle on the track is going to be right back here, and that is Barry and Joseph Phillips. Remember, Phillips battling here for your overall in-season championship, as that fight is tonight. And we're going to check back in on that a little bit later, as now only 30 laps are going to remain here in this race.
Yeah, this race slowly starting to wind itself down. Lambert extending that lead out just a little bit, up to 1.8 seconds over the 85 there. Like you said earlier, you know, these guys really kind of stretched each other out over that last pit stop, and now it's just kind of seeing if anybody's able to run anybody back down.
Yeah, absolutely. So, folks, while we got a little break in the action, Russ and I are going to take a little bit of a break because we want to show you our sponsor. Oh, no, we have a caution, so let's hold up here and see if we can find out what's happened. That looks like that's going to be Wyatt showing crash here. So we're going to let everything settle down here for a second, and then we're going to go back and take a look. And it looks like he was really close. Oh, and he's going to touch, overcorrect just a little, and he's going to loop it around. He's going to back that left rear into the wall. I don't see a lot of other trucks that's going to be collected in that, so they are going to get rolling again. So as we do that, folks, again, we are going to step away for just a second. Let's do this commercial for complete graphics, and then we'll be right back with you. All right, so we are back with you, folks, as it looks like we're going to hop on with our leaders to see if they're going to come down pit road. Now, you've got 72. They're going to have to make one more stop here, Russ. So now this is going to be a tire strategy game. Who comes down? Who wants to get some fresh rubber? Who does not?
Well, I would say maybe come down, grab some rubber. You know, this is going to take us with about 8 to 10 laps to go in the race. So, I mean, you're still going to have to come down one more time here. I would, you know, if you've got tires left, I would say come down and take some. If you've only got one set left, you might want to save it for that next one.
Yeah, that's a really good point, as now it looks like when we go green, we'll have about 26 laps left in this race. And as you said, there's what, about 18 or 19 laps worth of fuel, 18 on the top end. So they're going to have to get a splash. So I would think if I had a free set of tires, now would be the time, as it looks like everybody is going to stay out unless you have damage. And that's going to be Wyatt Walker. He is going to be in. Tim Johns is going to be in. So only 2 truck drivers taking advantage of this caution. So it looks like, Russ, maybe they're out of tires. This is it, or they're going to save one for that last stop. But, man, if you can go 18 laps from here, I don't know if you want to save any more tires.
Yeah, I guess it would just depend on what your tire burn looks like. I mean, if you can take another set right now, maybe be able to sacrifice those last 9 laps, but I think a lot of these guys would rather have the fresh rubber at the end of this race and be able to have that, know that they're going to have that grip and not be burned up for the end of this thing.
Yeah, it's a really good point, and you just never know what's going to happen, because if you have a 15-lap sprint and you've got a set of tires left, you certainly want to do that. But right now, folks, I can tell you this. Those lights are out there on that pace car. We are going to go green. Again, we are going to bring these truck drivers back here to 26 laps to go in this race here at Texas Motor Speedway. Josh Lambert, your leader, and has led the most laps tonight. Brandon, right on his outside, has shown a ton of speed. All of your quick truck drivers right here lined up in this top 4. You know Lambert's not going to get away. But again, this could come down to a green flag pit stop. Now the Geico restart zone, that 90 truck out like a cannon, 19 right behind him.
I think it's a great jump again. 85 battling to the outside of the 19 right now, going into turn 1. And look at that 1 truck right there in the thick of it, battling for P4 after being on his side just a little bit earlier.
It is crazy to see Zach Tucker and what he has been able to do. Now going to slide right up in front of the 22. 22 staying right over him. You can see that truck getting loose on the entry to 3 is the 22. The 1 is right there. Now the 19 getting that pass done. So put Logston up, back up to second position. Man, this is going to be a shootout. Now 25 laps are going to remain when they come across the start-finish line. Lambert, again, just out there holding serve.
Taking to the inside, looking for P3. It's going to be really interesting if he finishes on the podium. I would love to talk to him about that ride he took earlier.
Yeah, I will tell you. Now we are looking almost 3 wide. Is this 6 machine out of nowhere? We got another truck in the wall. Further back in the pack as they're starting to jostle over position. But Morrison, we talked about him earlier, fading. Now he is on. So, Russ, I think that might have been some old tires. Now 3 wide as the 33 is going to be right to his inside. Closing the doors to 6. Now up to 3rd. And he is going for 2nd. So maybe some fresh tires here on this 6.
Could very well be. He decided not to change tires on that last stop and save that extra set. He just got some fresh ones. He's moving up now, and maybe he's got another set for this last pit stop too. Really making a charge here late in this race.
I think the 33 is the same way, but right back here we are 3 wide. That is the 1, the 85. And who is that below them there? Man, I can't see him. That is Juan. In that, let's see if I can get this right. SFGR Racing in that 88 machine. SFRG. It just looks like these fresh tires. Now Juan making a great move on the 19. He is going to blow right by. So, Russ, these fresh tires are making a huge difference right now.
19, was up there all night long. P2 battling with the lead, and now slowly starting to fall back. Wondering if he's only got 1 set and decided not to take tires on that last pit stop. Going to save that last set for the final pit stop.
Yeah, so here you go now. As we have 22 laps to go, Morrison has taken over that lead from Josh Lambert. Lambert maybe without any more tires left. And these other drivers have some fresh tires, as now Lambert is going to lose another position to Juan. The 88 is on the charge. So, Russ, this race has been flipped on top of its head here by some tire strategy.
Most dominant driver of the night, that 90 truck is starting to fall back. Don't know if he's, again, used up all of his tires, if he's got 1 set left to go for this final pit stop, but Yeah, the 90 and the 19 starting to fall back as well as the 85. 85 back to P7.
Wow, it looks like the 33 got a little loose there on the entry to 3, and that is going to open that door back up to Morrison in that 6 truck. I believe he's going to get this pass done. Now, the 33 charged through the field, took that lead over, and it looks like maybe that tire wears. No, he is going to battle back to the outside now, sticking high on the outside. Lambert is right behind there in 4th, but now you've got the 88 of Juan. He has decided to join the party as these two battle here for this top spot.
Throughout the night here is that middle to upper lane on exit really gets a strong run coming out of the corner and is able to really pull away from whoever's on the inside, and it just showed right there with that 33 kind of running about 2 lanes off the bottom right there. Is going to give him so much momentum coming out of turn 2 here. You're going to see him slowly start to pull away from the 6. Now he's going to dive it down to the bottom, kind of do a little snake maneuver, able to hold on to that 6 truck.
19 laps to go. Now, we know all of these drivers are going to have to come in. They're going to have to do one more green flag pit stop if this thing goes green to checker here. 18 laps now to go. Your lead for these 3 drivers are 2.5 seconds, now 2.6 seconds over Lambert in 4th position. But I just feel like, Russ, if Lambert has a set of tires, I'm just not sure if that splash and go is going to benefit that driver. I just think he might be too far back.
It's going to be hard to tell. I mean, like we said, these different strategies we're gonna see how they're gonna play out. Now we're down here to 17 to go, and now we're starting to see a couple of different players really coming into play here with the 33, the 6, and the 88. But I mean, maybe Lambert and Logsdon both have something in the bank for these last, 8 to 10 laps after this last pit stop.
Well, whatever they're going to do, Russ, they better do it pretty quickly. Now, 3.1 seconds is now the 33 is coming down pit road. That's going to turn it over to Morrison. They're in the 6. 16 laps are to go. And I really want to see, as Ridgeway comes down, let's see if we could take a look and see if this driver is going to change any tires or if this is a splash. If this is a gas and go, you would think he would want to stay out as long as he possibly can. The 85 is in. We see the 1 machine is in. 71 is in. That was a gas and go for the 33.
No more tires left for the 33. Makes me wonder how many drivers still have a set left for the end of this thing.
And it looks like Lambert is coming down. Let's take a look at Josh Lambert here in the 90. 15 laps to go when he comes out. 14, maybe 13, Russ, when he gets some heat in these tires and he's actually able to turn some quick lap times. Let's see if he's going to take 4, but under green flag conditions, this is a lot. He's going to have right sides at least. And now he's going to take lefts. 4 tires for that driver.
Now he's going to have 4 freshies to go out and run these last 14 laps and try to run this wind back down.
Man, I am not certain how that is going to work. We will see. Now, it's going to work out great for Lambert if Morrison does not have a set and he's going to come in. If he runs this tank dry and he splash and go, how much time down pit road does he save with just getting some fuel and getting back out? And can that outpace what Lambert's going to be able to do on fresh tires?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to depend on what or how much fuel he's going to have to take. I mean, a splash and go, it should only take a couple of seconds. I mean, right now the top 3 are the only ones on the lead lap. So I mean, Lambert and everybody else are going to have to do a whole lap. As we see now, the 6 is coming down pit road. See what he's going to do.
Yeah, 6 down pit road. That's going to turn the lead over to 1 in the 88 truck. Robert there is going to be taking over 2nd position. We're going to see. Let's see what happens here to the 6. Is he going to take tires? I think this is going to be gas and go. No, he has taken rights.
Nope. Wow.
He has fresh tires here, Russ. Oh, rights only.
Right sides only. 2 tires.
Man, this might be, I like that decision here by the 6. I think this might be the winning strategy.
I was going to say, you got to take so much fuel to you might as well at least get enough tire to give yourself a little bit more tire while you're taking that fuel. So it could be a strategy well played by Morrison there.
Man, Matt Morrison there in the sixth, going rights only, about a 3.3, 3.4 second lead over Lambert when Lambert come down pit road. 10 laps to go. Morrison well ahead of Lambert coming out of the pits. Now, if I look at that, that is going to be... Man, we'll have to see what these lap times are going to be, but I think that's about a 3-second gap here that Morrison is going to have over Lambert when all this... Oh, caution is out.
That changes everything.
Caution out on the track. Man, what has happened? I don't see any driver.
That is going to work out to the benefit of the 88.
It really is. Juan is going to be able to take a pit stop. Now, Josh, a few of these drivers getting tires a little bit earlier, Russ, going to have some pretty old rubber here.
Yeah, I mean, the 88 and the 87, the only two cars on the lead lap, they're going to get a free pit stop here and still come out in the front of this field.
Yeah, all of these drivers are a lap down now. Ridgway is going to be able to get his lap back, but everybody else is caught now. They're probably going to take the wave around and be able to get to the back end of this field. So all these drivers a lap down are going to wait on the 88 and the 87 to come down, and they are going to be able to take a wave around. But just like you said, they're burning one more lap around, burning more tires. Juan and Robert are sitting in the catbird seats right now.
Yeah, if they got tires, that's the thing. What have we got here? Looks like the 88 might be out of tires, John.
No tires
So
for the 88.
Wow. I mean, it was a benefit. The 87's got some tires.
87 has four, Russ.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, it played into the benefit of the 88 and the 87, but the 88 not having any tires left, man, he's going to have all these guys with fresh tires, you know, within a couple of laps, breathing down his neck. And the 87 is probably the one in the catbird seat at this point, with the freshest tires starting on the outside of this front row. Man, what a change of events.
I believe you're right. That 87 truck now is going to have the freshest tires out here on the field. Now, these other drivers, you can see them all in front of the 88 of Juan and the 87 of Robert. They are going to take the wave around and have to catch back up to the back end of this field. So that's going to put the 88 back up front. However, the 87 putting on Ford, he will have the freshest tires in the field.
And we're going to go back to green flag racing with probably about 6 laps to go, I think.
6 laps to go, I believe, yes.
So, I mean, the 87 is kind of sitting pretty right now, I think, with those freshest tires, and going to be starting on the outside of this front row.
So here you go. There were all of those drivers taking your wave around. The 87 going to get up close to this pace car along with Juan. I think Juan is going to be your leader. Here he is down at the bottom, allowing these drivers to get around. Your lights are out on that pace car. I believe we are going to go green there. He's going to take that bottom line. Robert there in the 87. Ridgway is going to be in third. Morrison right there in fourth. And then Lambert is going to be your driver here in fifth. But again, Morrison and Lambert having to come all the way around. And they just have the older sets of tires. I just think this 87 truck is sitting very nicely here on these tires as we get ready to go to 6 to go.
Man, we're about to see some fireworks.
I agree with you. This is going to be crazy. What you want to, you want to make sure you don't spin these tires. Now, remember, Russ, the other thing is when you take that wave around, you have to go single file. That's going to back all those drivers up and make it even harder for them. They can't go side by side.
Yeah.
Now, here we go. 88 is in that restart zone. What a great start by the 88 machine. 87 is going to be able to tuck in behind him. Man, he's going to eat him
87
alive.
Starting to run the 88. Yeah, I was just going to say, you start to see him run him down. He's going to eat him alive, make the pass on the outside for the lead.
Here he goes, side by side for your lead. We are going to have 5 to go. When we come back to the start-finish line, the 88 is able to hold him off for now. Now we got a big wreck. The 90 of Lambert's in it.
Hard hit for Lambert.
I believe Robert is going to be your leader there at the line. Morrison involved in that. Let's see if we can go back and find out what happened here. Oh, let's go. Let's slow this down. We're missing something here. Oh, Lambert tried to squeeze in there and the hole wasn't there.
That's what it looks like.
Right there with the 6, and he is going to carry big damage there. Looks like the 4 truck is going to get involved. The 84 once again.
Oh, no, upside down.
Now
We
he's
actually got one
flipping.
upside down.
Now he's flipping.
We had 2 almost over. Now we've got 1 over.
Man, who was that? Was that the 84 truck?
I think it was the 84, yeah.
Oh, let's see if
Man,
I can find
big
him.
change. Big change of events here right now. A lot of the big name guys who've been strong all night long are going to be wiped out of this race.
Man,
late.
that is definitely going to end his night. Okay, here we go. We're in the wall. Yep, we get tagged again, and here we go. Here we go, folks. The hood is over the windshield. We can't see where we're going. It's just stands, grass, and other trucks. All right, let's go back one more time.
That's the one thing I love about iRacing is the in-car cameras during a flip. They don't get knocked out. They don't get blacked out. We get to see everything from inside the cockpit. Man, what a ride.
You heard the engine blow about the second hit into the wall. And that is all she wrote. That is all she wrote. So now we're going to go back up here. We have 3 laps to go. The lights are still on this pace car. So we are going to go into a little bit of overtime here. Now, it looks like Robert is going to be your leader. Juan is going to be on the outside. So Robert was able to get that lead. And I just think, man, Russ, if he gets a good jump here, I'm not certain there's anything that anyone can do. Josh Lambert still down pit road. Phelps still down pit road. Brian is down pit road. Now, let's go and check on your in-season tournament because right now, again, Phelps, who is on pit road, was fighting with Tim Johns and Lambert and Robert fighting with each other. Robert already in that catbird seat there for 3rd position. But it looks like Phelps is down to pit road. Where is Tim Johns? Tim Johns is on the track there in 12th. So Tim Johns, if he finishes where he is at, is going to pick up this in-season tournament here, Russ.
I mean, he's just been able to keep himself clean for the most part tonight, finding himself in a good position, currently ahead of Joseph Phelps. Yeah, I mean, make it through this. I think this is going to be our one attempt at a green and white checker. So, I mean, we get another caution or, anything else happens, man, this thing's going to be over. But like you said, I don't know if anybody's going to have much of anything for that 87 right now. I mean, he's on the freshest set of tires. He's going to have control of this race. Man, I don't know. We'll see how this thing plays out. It's about to get wild, that's for sure.
Yes, it is. Now, Robert is going to come back as your leader. Juan is going to be right on his outside. Ridgeway is going to be there in 3rd. That is the 33 machine, the Goodrich truck. On your outside is Brandon. Fantastic run all night there by Brandon. Kane Logston is going to be on his inside there in 4th. And it looks 3rd in line there at the bottom. And Kane has had a great run. Nice bounce back by him. with those fresh tires. So here we go. Your driver in this 87 truck, he wants his first win of the season. We've got 3 laps to go. Green, white, checker, 1 right there on the outside. He is going to be hungry. It's all going to come down to this restart here, Russ.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know Chappell's going to want this, be able to lock himself into the playoffs, give himself the rest of the season kind of at ease, but see if anybody's got anything for him as we're coming back green.
Oh, big restart there by Chappell in that 87. He's about 3 trucks ahead. The 33 is now going to battle. So Ridgeway is going to be in a fight for second as now Robert looking to check out on this field. Logston right there in third now in that 19 truck. Now we're going to fan out. The 22 is up high. We're looking to go 3. Great move by the 19 blocking the 22.
87 saying, show me that white flag, baby.
Now it looks like that 19 underneath. White flag is out. The next flag is going to stop this race. 33 all over, diving it in. 19 is going to get this pass done as the 33 is going to go high. The 22 now battling for your podium position.
19 is going to have to send it deep into 3 if he's going to have a chance here. Not really going to send it.
New life in this 87 truck. Fresh tires is going to come out, and he is going to take your first victory for him this season. Victorious Robert Chappell coming home your winner there in that 87 truck, just outplaying everybody on strategy.
Man, I tell you what, that caution that caution played into his hands perfectly with that last set of green flag pit stops. I mean, trapping everybody a lap down, being one of only 2 cars left on the lead lap, caution coming out, giving yourself a free pit stop for that last pit stop of the day, putting yourself in the catbird seat, and then being able to bring this thing home and clinch that win and lock yourself into the playoffs. Great job by the 87.
Yeah, what a fantastic job. And man, he deserves the ability to burn this thing down. Maddie saying, let's way to go, Logston and Huff. I'll tell you, Maddie, you know, Kane really fought his way back. It was a fantastic job by him. I thought certainly when they come down under that green flag stop and they had such older tires, I didn't think he had a chance to make it to the podium. So fantastic drive by him as well. So folks, we certainly appreciate it. If you appreciate us, just give us a like there and a subscribe if you haven't already subscribed here to the American Speed Network. Russ and I would certainly appreciate it. So let's see if we've got some drivers, because I would love to talk to a couple of these guys. We don't have anybody in the waiting room yet. It's the 87 still burning it down. Maddie saying Logston is my brother and Huff is my fiance. Now, Maddie, listen.
Wow.
If they get in a wreck, Maddie, whose fault is it?
Whose side you take?
Whose side are you taking? Right? It puts you in a really bad position. It looks like we do have Robert Chappell there in the booth, but we don't want to talk to him just yet. I would love to see if we could hear from Mr. Huff. Oh, there he is. He is in the broadcast booth. So I'm going to pull him up as we see some of these drivers just flipping here. All right, Landon, this is John and Russ in the booth. You got a copy?
Sir, yes, sir.
Well, I will tell you, this was not without fireworks. And we just talked to Maddie and we tried to find out, Landon, if there's a wreck between you and Logston, I mean, whose side she taking?
It's got to be mine, right?
I don't know. It's got to be yours. It's got to be yours. So listen, fantastic job, man, in that 22 truck. It was kind of crazy about middle of the race, but showed a lot of speed. Walk me back through your race and how you were able to capture a podium tonight.
Yeah, for sure. It was a fun race. Tires were huge for me. On the older tires, it got a little sketchy at times, but when I got on those new tires, I felt like I was rolling. Felt real good.
Yeah, well, you certainly put that thing up there. Now, there's a couple of drivers in front of you before that restart that had some fresher tires. Did you find that having those couple of series of cautions was allowing you to cool those tires down where you felt maybe you were on equal footing with some of those drivers in front of you that had a little bit fresher rubber?
Oh, absolutely. I think patience is the key with old tires. If you don't have patience with old tires, it's going to be a rough night for you. So I think just resetting mentally and just get those tires cooled off and clean is pretty much the name of the game.
So, this Texas Motor Speedway, it seemed like it was a pretty cool track tonight. Did it have some grip in it? Were you really worried about being able to fight loose conditions off of two, or did it seem like the trucks were really driving well and it all kind of boiled down to were you in a draft? Were you able to push that truck in front of you to the next driver?
No, absolutely. There was so much grip on the track tonight, and I've been in cases where coming out of two, it's you're tuckering for sure. And no, it for sure it had so much grip, and it truck handled really really well.
Well, I will tell you, Landon, you've got Maddie in the chat. Alyssa's in the chat. I mean, listen, you've got a fan base, my friend. You are out here putting that 22 machine in that third position. Fantastic run by you here at Texas Motor Speedway. We'll turn it over to you, man. Let you give your shout outs.
Appreciate it. I want to thank Maddie and Lolly is what we call her. Everyone else watching, it was a fun time. Thanks for hosting this.
Yeah, you did a fantastic job, man. Congratulations on a podium finish here, putting that 22 machine in third position. Congratulations. We look forward to talking to you next week.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right, so there is your third place driver. Now, we do have brother-in-law sitting right here in second. Let's see if we can bring him in, and we'll let you handle this one here, Russ. Man, Kane, this is John and Russ in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, you had a heck of a run all night long, really showing a lot of speed up there, battling for the lead with the 90 there. Take us back through your race and tell us what you were feeling out there, and if you thought you could have done anything differently to maybe get yourself by that 90 and start checking yourself out.
Yeah, I mean, first off, I want to say congratulations to Robert. That was a well-deserved win. I feel like he's been needing or wanting one for a long time, and it's good to see a league owner end up getting one. But yeah, I just kind of was riding a whole lot, just kind of trying to manage my tires because we only had what I think two set the set you started on, and then two other sets in the pit. So I was just kind of trying to ride with Josh the whole race and just manage my tires. And I think where he was beating me at was coming off of pit road. He was able. I felt like my truck was a little bit loose on that exit coming back onto the backstretch, and so he would always gain half a second or a second on me coming off the pits. But other than that, truck was great. I mean, I feel like we was definitely a top two car. The 85 was quick, but I felt like me and Josh was just a little bit better on the long run and was able to kind of to break away from everybody else. But other than that, it was a good race. I think I might have had a shot at him if the 33 didn't block me all the way down the track right there on the white flag. Or coming to the white flag. I think I might have had a shot at him, but I'll take a second place.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we saw you up there up front all night running with the 90, and then we kind of saw you fall back just a little bit there towards the middle of the race, and then you worked your way back up. Was that just from excessive tire wear, trying to save tires for later on in this race, or how bad was the tire wear as the race was progressing?
Oh, that last stop, I think I was 60% on my rights, which that was like a 50 lap run with that or 42 lap run without pitting, and it just and then on that last stop before the caution came out, me, Josh, and Brandon, we all took tires right there, so we were kind of mired back in traffic, whereas they kind of flip flopped what we did. They pitted under that caution, and then they were gonna obviously plan to splash and go on their last stop, so. Yeah, I just trying to save tire and trying to do the right thing, but I think I could have done a little better job getting off pit road, and I would have been right up there with Josh.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, you had a strong truck all night long. We kept talking about you. You'd run the 90 down, then fall back again and run them back down. I mean, we really thought you had something for him all night long, but strong run for you all night long. And like you said, you can't really complain about a P2. But yeah, man, we'll turn it over to you now and let you give any shout outs you got.
I appreciate my mom and my sister-in-law for watching, and my wife. I don't know if she was commenting in there, but I know my wife was in there watching. And then shout out to my teammates, and it was fun running with Josh, and then my brother-in-law Landon. That was a really fun race.
Yeah, there was a little bit of tension in the chat there towards the end of that. She was I think it was it Maddie, um, was her name? I think she was in there talking about both of you, and we posted the question to her of if you guys ever got into a wreck together, whose side would she take? And I don't think we have an answer for that yet. So, but
I
great run
appreciate
tonight,
you guys.
man.
Yeah, I appreciate
Yeah,
y'all for broadcasting it.
yeah, for sure, man. Great run tonight. Congrats on the P2, and hopefully we'll see you back up here again next week.
Yes, sir.
All right, so there is your second place driver. Now, let's see if we can bring up your winner here tonight. And he is going to have a lot to say, and that is going to be Robert. Robert, this is John and Russ in the booth. You got a copy?
I got a copy, brothers.
Well, man, I got to tell you, it's really good to talk to you. I think we watched everybody go down pit road, and we said, holy, the 87 has a set of tires left. And you were the only one that had a set of tires, and you snagged that lead from the 88. And then it was all she wrote at the end of that. Man, walk me through your race.
Well, I had a rough start right from the beginning. I wanted to do some strategy, so I wanted to fill my tank. I was going to run as long as I could on those tires and save my 2 sets of tires for the end. And then I got tangled up with John there for lap 17. Barry, I guess that was Barry that got slow up on the outside, and I was just trying to survive. My whole mentality for this race was to survive. I wanted to be there at the end.
Well, I will tell you, man, you did that, and so what was your strategy on saving those tires through those couple of green flag pit stops? Did you know, or did you have it in your mind, hey, I'm just going to hang out, have a set of tires here, hoping for a late race caution?
Well, that was my whole goal, yeah. And then, like I said, I got tangled up with John, so I had to hang out in the back. I was slow for a while. I had a minute and a half worth of damage I needed to get fixed. And then that just helped me with my strategy. And that late caution came, and I was like, thank you, because I think there was only me and Juan on the lead lap. I had 11 laps of fuel left because I was able to get the lucky dog, come around. I pit for fuel. I got my last 20 seconds worth of damage fixed, and I had a full tank. So those guys were all green flag pitting. And I told some of the guys that were in my voice chat, I was like, this is when I need a caution. And then I don't know who wrecked at the end there, but it was just my lucky day. This is how I got to win races, baby.
Well, listen, you could call it luck, but there was some strategy involved in it, and you were able to save a set of tires, and then you got out there. I thought maybe those consecutive cautions back-to-back would allow some of those truck drivers to cool the tires down, and I've seen some of them actually hitting the apron, trying to get some cool temperatures in those tires. But, man, you had such a great restart, with that green-white checker, and, man, you just set sail from there. Congratulations. Although Fowler says in the chat, he said that you only won because you took him out. So I don't know, maybe a conversation you need to have with Fowler later, but congratulations on the win, man. This is going to lock you in. Just a fantastic job for tonight. Robert, we'll turn it over to you, man, and let you give your shout outs.
Man, I want to first shout out Complete Motorsports, Complete Graphics for the sponsorship. Even though I took John out of the race today. Sorry about that. I want to give a shout out to my wife for letting me come down here and do this. My family, they get in here every now and then. We just got back from the lake, so I don't think any of them were able to jump in and throw some 87s in the chat, but I want to thank them. I want to thank everyone that comes out to race with us. They put on the show. If it wasn't for these guys, we wouldn't have as good a racing as we do. So I want to thank all those guys that come out and run with us and that have stuck around this season.
Man, well, I will tell you what, you turned up, even if it was late, Man, you bring home a victory here at Texas Motor Speedway. No one can take that away from you. Fantastic strategy. Nice job on the win tonight. That is going to put you in rare company here with only 4 winners here on the season. You are one of them, my friend. Congratulations.
Let's go.
And we hope to speak to you next week.
Let's go, boys. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. I want to shout you guys out for the broadcast too. You all do a great job. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Thanks, man. Have a good night.
Yep. Good night.
Well, I will tell you, Russ, that was very interesting. And man, he found the tires at the right time. And that's what is so fantastic about this league is just that, you know, you play the strategy right and you're the fastest truck at the end with the freshest tires. Never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean that's the biggest thing. I mean, you know, he had counted himself out. He had a far different strategy than everybody else, and tonight the chips fell in the right place. I mean, you know, like he said, you know, it was him and Juan were the only ones left on the lead lap, and that caution came out. He came down, was able to get those fresh tires, and found himself being able to pull away and pull off this victory.
Well, I will tell you, that is going to shake some things up there in the points, and we're going to have that for you. We're going to let you see that next week. But for John and Russ, we're going to say thank you very much for tuning into American Speed Network to pick up FTR here on Monday nights. We certainly appreciate it. Don't forget to give us a like over there. But Russ, fantastic job, my friend, and we're going to see you next week.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Look forward to it. And also want to throw congratulations out to Tim Johns tonight on winning that in-season championship. He was finished 2 positions higher than Phelps tonight, so he's going to bring home a little extra cash tonight. And good job by all these guys. It was definitely an entertaining race, and hopefully it's just as entertaining again next week.